better, I think.
Yeah, cool. Okay, perfect. So phones beat Wi-Fi. You know, that's just the world we're living in. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Luckily, we could do pretty much anything with our phones. So that's that. Okay, so today's news. We're gonna keep it short, I think. Um, I do have a couple of things I want to talk about. It's nothing too deep. I think we'll go in order of first announcements, right? And then we'll go into some technical stuff that I kind of want to talk about when it, yeah, for our, just in general for our swimmers and for everybody who kind of touches base with, you know, has the similar issues or whatnot, because it cannot just be our swimmers, right? Yeah, there you go. So, and then you chime in with whatever you have to say, right?
Yeah.
I think we'll just start with my announcement and then take it from there. As we usually
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So, summer taper camp. Um, it has been announced officially, I think yesterday. It's on our website. Go check it out. Why are we doing this? We had a great experience in Portugal for the Easter taper camp. The results speak for themselves. Up until now, we have only PBs and big PBs for high level athletes. Actually, it's not just that we're talking about PBs for um, not to downgrade this in any way, but obviously it's easier to PB when you're going at 35 and a 53. But we're talking about 1 second PBs going from a 27 to a 26 for a 17-year-old, female swimmer. Uh, or can you hear me?
Now I can, but you kind of stopped for a second.
Okay. Which part did you hear? The guys?
Uh, I mean, I think you said the whole thing about a second PB from the 50 from a 17-year-old, which is harder to do than a 35 on a lower level.
Yeah, for sure. And then
Yeah.
also so we've made some time standards, right? For this CECJM, which is for the juniors, right? It's kind of a European meet. Um, yeah, so all in all, very great experience from Easter taper. And we just thought, hey, why not double down on that and do the same thing for summer? Because lots of our swimmers have their most important meets in summer, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. So, importance of tapering. Obviously, we did a segment on our platform about tapering. Um, but let's share with the audience kind of a breakdown of what happens in tapering or what can happen and why our camp is the right um, place to go. And I'll just let you start off with this, if that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay, well, as we all know in taper, or you guys have probably felt it, we get sort of a taper hole or a taper fatigue, which usually is we've trained so hard at such a hard level to get to our peak for this meet, and then we drop our intensity, drop our volume, and now our body is not used to it. So now our brain is confused. It's been used to swimming so hard every day, going at it, recovering, doing everything possible. And now when we cut down on it, it's like, oh, what's happening? Our body is not used to this. What's going on? So now we get more rest. Now we can focus more on our races that we're going to do. And our body kind of essentially shuts down, but not really. So our body is not used to doing the same practices. And now when it's lower, we get tired. And a lot of the swimmers get really anxious and scared when they feel this tiredness. And my coach in the US was really, really big on this. And before every big meet, he would send us like a long, long essay on what is taper, what it means, why we feel the way we feel. Um, and so taper usually lets us kind of think more. And when we don't perform well at the start of taper, we start having bad thoughts. And I know David talked about bad thoughts and good thoughts in a live stream, that if we talk about, oh, I will do good, I don't feel good, that will most likely happen. So we need to try and be in our positive mindset and say that we will perform well, we will be good, we trust the system, we trust our coach. And the most important thing, I think, for me is to not push ourselves more when we feel bad because we think we need to achieve something and prove to ourselves that we are ready for this moment. I think we just need to trust in our coach and let our coach do what they need to do to make us feel good. And I think we saw that during the taper camp in Portugal, that Lara felt pretty bad at the beginning, and we were like, wait, like it'll come together. You will start going fast. And a few days later, she was going fast. She was moving in the water, and she was like, oh, okay, now it's finally clicking. So we just need to stay positive through it, sleep well, do everything to take care of our bodies, and it'll click, and it is gonna be it's gonna be perfect. But it's all in trust with the coach.
Yeah, yeah, and I think, and this is the cool thing, is like, obviously for a lot of swimmers, that was kind of the first taper they did with us, right? I would even say for Laura, it was, yeah, okay, it was maybe the second one. We did one last summer, but which was also great. But in terms of like a big taper for like a really big meet, this was the first one, and we just saw, yes, we definitely know what we are doing and what we're talking about, because damn, it worked, right? Um, so with that said, yeah, taper hold for sure. Coaches know what they're doing. As I mean, for sure, we know what we're doing. I mean, it worked for everybody, right?
It did, it did.
I don't think anybody can say, hey, like, for sure
Yeah.
not. So yeah, lowering intensity, yes. Not as much though. It's more lowering volume.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's
and
mostly
and then it's
volume.
also right, and it's also a timing thing. So when do we lower what? And kind of make sure that we have that rhythm that we need for the meet, right? So obviously we played a lot with this. Like, what are we doing during the morning practice? What are we doing in the
Yeah.
afternoon?
Losing the
Um,
connection a bit.
and then obviously
Oh, and now I'm alone. Well, to continue Yule's conversation, um, there you go. Never mind.
yeah, go ahead, finish your thought. I'll listen.
No, I was just gonna continue while you were gone, but now you're here, so you can continue.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying, yeah, the 10 days were perfect, right? Because yeah, we could play with what are we doing in the morning, what are we doing in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And 10 days is actually, I mean, obviously, after those 10 days, they still had a couple of more days before the meet, right? Because we came home on a Monday, I think. um
Yeah.
I mean, we came home on a Tuesday, but swimmers on a Monday, so they still had that extra, whatever it was, 4 days of rest and continue the work that we did. Obviously, we gave them every all the tools that they need on the way. So yeah, 10 days great to schedule those taperings, or to schedule what you to during, like, session. And yeah, so we want to repeat it, right? So there you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I know. I mean, I already know a couple swimmers that are coming. A couple that are coming back are from the Easter taper, just because, well, obviously they liked it that much. So, oh yeah, it for once will not be in Tenerife. It will be in Mallorca, right? Which is the first time I'm going there. We're going there. Have you been?
Yeah. Nope.
No. Okay.
Never been.
Go to that pool, right? It looks great, by the way. So they here. Let me share this actually real quick. Let me pull this up. I have it here. How do I share this? Share window. Oops.
Oh.
Do you see this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the pool, right? So obviously, best center sports, Mallorca, great. Never been there again, but obviously outside, right? Summer competitions mostly outside. If they're not, well, still great. We can get some sun in, which is extra energy. So love that.
Yes.
I know I said regularly we want to do our taperings inside, but if we're preparing for outside meets, then outside is just as good. Also, yeah, it just makes sense to be summers outdoors. You know, it lifts the mood. So we'll be fine. So outdoor pool, 10 lane. And the thing that I actually wanted to show is this. So constant depth of 2 meters, which I think is amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Like in 2008 for the Olympics, that was kind of the regulations that they came up with. Or it could have even been earlier. I'm not sure. But anyways, 2008 for sure, those were the regulations. And um, why is that cool? It's better for the waves or against the waves, actually, right? It counteracts waves better versus having two different depths. So for training in itself, this is optimal, right? Two filming windows, which I'm sure we will need them. Obviously, we have our cameras and stuff which go underwater, but it's still cool to have windows, below the surface.
Yeah. So we can see it in real time.
Yeah, we can in real time. We can also film from there.
Yeah.
We don't have to throw Zach in the water every time. Although I
he
think he enjoyed it, so
I think he enjoyed it, and I think in an outside pool he will for sure enjoy it.
yeah, that's true. And the cool thing is, so they actually thought this through, right? So there's one at 1 meter and one at 15. So the 1 meter, great for our number one activity during tapering, which is starts. Right. I mean, from there we pretty much see everything from the start. Swimmers jumping in.
Yeah.
And in Portugal, I think we saw that was the biggest hurdle for the starts was actually finding that hole where you want to jump to, right?
Yeah.
Then one at 15 meters makes sense. Viewing platform, I'm sure we're going to check that out. Not exactly sure how much that helps, though. It's kind of sounds like it's far away, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Dragonfly resistance machines, absolutely amazing. Exactly what we need for sprinting. Well, underwater camera, we have our own. I think we have 3 now, so let me know.
Thrown out of this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the connections today. It's weird.
I don't know, and I'm hearing you really popping. Like the sound is cracking.
This is so dumb. I mean, I'm paying so much for Wi-Fi, it should fucking work. Yeah, so I'm just gonna bring back Mia. Somehow, there you go.
For anyone confused, we are as well, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, can you hear me?
I don't know
Ish.
what's wrong with the voice. I don't know if others can hear you that way, or it's just me.
I don't know. I hope not. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Oh, anyways, I'm done with this. Okay. Jumping in and out. Cool. So thing about the pool that I thought was great is there is an audio and visual room where we can actually do the analysis of the film or whatever right after swimming. I think that's pretty amazing, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna continue on. I don't know what's going on, but
It just keeps kicking, keeps reloading and kicking me out.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I need to check that up after this call. But anyway, so we don't have too much left. Anyways, looking forward to the facilities. The hotel is a 4-star hotel. It's 5 minutes walk away from the pool, which is perfect. So we don't have to take Uber shuttles or whatnot, which I had to do in Torremolinos, which it was fun, but nah.
Yeah, it's
Right.
better to walk to the pool.
Yeah, it makes sense. Cool, and we lost Mia again. Great. So what's next? Yeah, so anything else you wanted to say about tapering camp?
I mean, no, it's just fun, and they trust us in what we do, and the results will speak for themselves.
Not for sure. I'm also
And
I know I talk
go
about
ahead.
this quite a lot. I definitely want to make like a chart. I want to make a chart with a couple of our swimmers and then just their progress kind of tracked. And that way we can definitely see what is working, what isn't working, and also kind of showcase all of the progress that we are doing. I was just explaining one of the plans that I have about making statistics for our swimmers, as proof of where were they before Swimpros and what happened during that stretch where they worked with us, right?
Yeah.
Which brings me to the second topic. For a lot of swimmers, I think it's difficult to keep, or how do I want to say this, to use the tools that we give them throughout the year. Did you get that? No, huh?
No, it's okay. I'll rewatch this and hear what you say. This is gonna keep kicking me out.
Yeah, okay. And next time it kicks you out, just stay out, I guess, because I mean
Okay.
it's anyways the last topic. I'll just yeah, there you go. So I'm just gonna go through this and do this alone. Let's see, maybe I can do a different font, something like this. Okay, cool. So in terms of, we teach things at camp on our online platform, and I think for a lot of swimmers it's kind of difficult um, to remember what we are working on when they're back in their training, in their respective like training groups at home. And right, so I kind of want to encourage everybody to, and this has to be somewhat of a daily task or weekly task, or at least, you know, during camp when you're with us or whatever you hear from us, write it down or make some kind of notes, just so you know, okay, or that you have like something that you can look at before you go to training, so you don't forget, you know, what you've been working on with us, which actually helped you. So the cool thing about our camps is and also our online mentoring and all of that. So it's not all of it is individualized, but a lot of it is. So, you know, if we talk about shoulder rotation a lot, yes, there are swimmers who need to work on it more. There are swimmers who don't need to work on it that much. But in the end, this is just an example, right? In the end, we will do those for shoulder rotation for everybody because everybody needs it. But if one of the swimmers needs it more than another one, and actually write down which drill we did or what sequence we did, so that you can use that in your own training when you're back home. Super important, because if any swimmer only does that when they're with us, or even with another like coach who does, with whom they do individual work, right? It's super important to bring that back to your club or to your regular wherever you're training regular, so that so that it doesn't go lost, right? You want to kind of keep that up. So yeah, and you know, we are talking about other mechanisms throughout the school plan, or to in general. Yeah, there are some cheat codes that we use for our swimmers. They remember what they need to work on. You know, some write it down, some have like gadgets at the pool, etc. But yeah, I really encourage you to do that as swimmers, right? It's super important. And yeah, because one of the things that we've just noticed is starting at zero every time you come back to camp. That's not what we want to be. That's not what we want to do. Right. So keep working. I know that every coach will give enough time to actually do drills, but there always is enough time. You have easy in between sets, you know, like easy sets between sets, or, you know, whatever your coach does, 100 easy, 200 easy, 50, 400 easy, whatever it is, do it there, because drills, they should not fatigue you in that way. But at the same time, you know, they will help you get that lactic acid out or your heart rate down, whatever it is that you're trying to do during those easy sets. Also, warm up, right? I know a lot of coaches, they give you 400 freestyle warm up or whatnot, or 400 choice, whatever it is. Use that time to do those drills, to think about your technique, reflect on it as well, and then, you know, you will feel better throughout the training. Cool. Also, don't forget to do your underwaters. Okay, good. So I'm not sure. I think my connection was lost again. I'm just going through it because, well, we need a recording. So let's see. Yeah, I think that was pretty it for today. I will, yeah, as always, will upload this. Everybody who is on school, I'm gonna make an announcement for camp. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you again. I hope we can get these connection issues get a handle of those, because yeah, I know it's not great to watch that in a replay. Yeah, we'll get it sorted out for sure. So there you go. Cool. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Mia. She's gone. Very and next week we're gonna be David will be back. David, me and Mia. Maybe we can bring Zach on, which would be great, because I think he will be part of the summer taper camp as well. Yeah, so that you guys kind of can see who he is and what he does. Dude knows swimming, so we're happy to have him on the team just as much as. So there you go. Cool. Talk soon and see you later.